Welcome to Flipping Miami, a podcast for those who want to learn real estate investing, do more, and make more. Now, here is your host, Raul Bolufe.
You know what I love doing these like this podcast, especially with somebody like you, like, dude, I mean, because there's a lot of influencers, right? You got people on YouTube with thousands, and you got Instagrams and Facebooks and ads or whatever. But dude, look, so you're a pretty low key guy, in Modesto, and you're 30 years old, and you have a life and an income that maybe less than 1% of people will ever achieve. And they just got like almost your business plan and almost like your business model and what you've done here on this podcast. Like that for me is so awesome.
The biggest thing though, like you mentioned Instagram and all these influencers and everything. I am so anti all the fake shit.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a Ferrari.
Yeah.
Everybody's got this and everybody's got that. Dude, nobody around me has any clue the income I make. I drive a 2006 Toyota Tundra that's beat up and it has 200,000 miles on it. Like I live in a pretty, it's a nice house, but my payment monthly is $1,500 a month. Like I live a modest lifestyle, so I can go out and invest and do all these things. I'm not chasing the likes on Instagram because that gets you nowhere and no one really gives a shit about that.
No.
And so people get caught up in that way too much. I'm not a fan.
It's a very empty thing.
It's very empty.
Yeah. It can be used for some good, but overall people use it for emptiness and just out of habit, really.
100%, man. I catch myself all the time flipping through. I'm like, and then I'm like, what am I doing right now? Like just for no reason. And like 3 minutes earlier, I was doing the same thing. So I'm just like, I got to get off this.
Yeah.
And there are valuable things, tremendously valuable things on social media that I use. We got to be careful with it.
Yeah, be careful with it for sure. If you're one of those types of people that are very addicted to it right now, that you find yourself scrolling, you can't stop, dude, just delete the app for a couple days. Just get it on the weekends or something. You know, like if you really enjoy it, it's okay. But just Monday through Friday, delete that shit. And then get it Saturday, Sunday, or get it Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, delete it again on Monday. You know, like it's crazy how much more productive. I did that for a while. I still do that now. I'll post, for business and for kind of to keep up the page or whatever. I'll post. I delete my Instagram for a couple of days, and when I go to post, I'll get it again, and it's so addictive.
Oh, dude, it's so addictive, and there's so many distractions, and it ruins your productivity level when you have those things. Yeah. Very, very good friend of mine just went up and spoke on stage, and he challenged the people, and I'm going to start this on Monday. I'm not going to answer a phone call, text, or email, and I won't be looking at social media prior to 11 a.m. Imagine the amount of stuff I'm going to get done by 11 a.m. I'm going to conquer the day. And then if you called me at 9 and I call you back at 11, is it that big of a deal?
No.
Not at all. So everybody's always getting bombarded with distractions, and we're not productive because of that.
Yeah, these are all habits. What are some of the habits that you've developed that you feel make the big, there's that 80-20 rule. Like, what are some of those habits that you feel developed that really give you that edge?
5 a.m. gym, CrossFit class.
Dude,
I have to exercise in the morning.
Yeah.
Energy from exercise for business is crucial.
Yeah.
And so do I want to be there when I wake up? Hell no. But what I like about my gym is they have a 5 a.m. and the next class is until 8 a.m. So if I don't go, I'm done. So that's been a game changer for me, getting up at 4:30, going at 5. And then I have an hour I call it my hour of silence from 6 to 7 before the kid gets up, where I just read, whether it be the Bible or an educational book.
Interesting.
Game changer for me. I mean, I've implemented so much stuff in business, and I've learned more in that hour than I ever did in school, ever. and but it's because it's what I want to learn.
Yeah.
And that's been a game changer for me, that hour of education.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, if you guys don't know by now, habits are almost everything, right? And what is a habit? A habit is something that you subconsciously do. You just, every morning you brush your teeth after you go to the bathroom, right? That's a habit. So if you change different things, like your mornings, like if you read at certain times of the day, you just try to like replace some bad habits or add good habits. Dude, I mean, I'm reading now The Compound Effect by Dan Hardy. I'm almost done with it. I don't know if you've heard of it.
I have.
Bro, I highly recommend that book. It talks about habits and how the smallest habit over time compounds to give you the biggest result. It's like mind-blowing stuff.
It's tremendous. And it's hard sometimes to step back and even realize what is a habit that you do. Like one for me that was a killer, and I didn't even realize it, is I would put on ESPN radio while I was brushing my teeth, shaving, things.
Habit.
Terrible habit.
Bad habit, yeah.
Terrible habit. Like negative feedback all the time in there. They're just talking nonsense. It doesn't make any difference in my life. I moved in podcasts, educational podcasts, Ed Milet, things of that nature. Dude, total game changer.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just that one shift. It's literally on your phone, or it's on your TV, but let's say on your phone, you just click a different button. You click podcast instead of ESPN. That's the habit right there, this.
I had to delete the app because I didn't have the discipline. Like, you have to make those changes. Yeah. And then the other thing is you can't change 7 habits at once. It's one thing.
Yeah.
And you do one thing at a time, and it's big time.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Good stuff. Well, what is something that you wish people knew about you that a lot of people don't?
Oh gosh, man, I'm an open book. I think for me, that people know about, I'm not that smart, dude. Like, I'm just your average dude, but I'm willing to take some chances, I guess. And I guess I want to relate to other people and let them know, like, everybody can do this. I'm not that smart at all. I just am willing to take some pretty serious risks at times that are, if I failed, not that big of a deal. I'd get back up on my feet. And that's the differentiator, taking chances. I don't know. Everybody knows everything about me.
Yeah. That's pretty funny. That's a tough question to answer. I mean, I think about it myself, and when I've asked a couple of people, they're like, wow, I mean, I don't know, because I tell people things, whatever, but I guess like the better way is like, what's like the dark side of Seth, It doesn't have to be anything like, I enjoy fucking, but like, I'll give you an example, like, go ahead.
For myself, I think a lot of people don't. I struggle with obsessive-compulsive disorder.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've never told anybody this. My close friends know. But it was a serious struggle for a while when I was younger, but I got a grasp on it. And so I think a lot of just like, I don't let it be an excuse. I don't let it get in the way of anything. At times it'll be frustrating for me. And it's stupid shit. Literally, like, I'll go and turn off a light like 3 times.
No way.
Why did you just do that? And it's like, it's just a tick thing. But I got it under control because mentally I can control those things. But I think a lot of people don't let that issue be an excuse. Everybody's got something.
Everyone's got stuff. Yeah, everyone's got stuff. Like, I'm kind of opposite. I'm pretty messy. And I try, man. I really try to be organized. Like, I try, but I'm just messy by nature.
You and I are very similar. I'm a train wreck. My assistant cleans my desk weekly, and by Friday, you cannot be at the top of the desk. It's crazy.
But it's almost like, I bet you feel comfort in the mess, right?
Yes.
That's so funny.
My wife gets so pissed, dude. She's like, you are terrible. I'm like, yeah, it's just me. I am not going to change. It's who I am.
So what kind of so you mentioned in the mornings you read the Bible and stuff, but what right now are some of your favorite books or podcasts or like YouTube channels? Like what are some resources that are helping you like right now, 2019 August?
My favorite podcast, hands down right now, is Ed Milet.
Ed Milet show, yeah, really good.
That dude is amazing. And I feel like he's been put on this earth to influence people. And he's amazing. His podcast is the best I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And so I listen to that a lot. Books that I'm currently reading. Another guy, I think he's a little bit off the radar, Jim Quick. I don't know if you've ever heard of that dude. He is just a pure, good-hearted man, and he talks about like how to remember things better, how productivity,
speed reading and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I've seen an interview with him.
He's pretty talented, and I follow him a lot. And I listen to his podcast. They're not long, and those are beneficial. The book I'm reading right now, I've read it actually twice, is Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss.
Oof.
Dude, that's a good book.
Yeah,
I like
it. I've read it twice already. That book's great.
It's a great book, and I always pull something away from it every time.
Every time, yeah. That's like a book you read like 3 times a year.
Yeah. And he tells great stories, so you're like hooked. And you're like, what's going on? Yeah.
That's good. Do you reread books a lot? Or are you like going to different ones?
No, but I think I'm getting to that stage now where I am. So for the longest time, it was read as much as I could. And now I feel like I've got a pretty good grasp on things. I don't think that I'm going to, and not that I'm not going to find anything groundbreaking, but in the beginning, I just didn't know anything about business and I was just trying to consume as much as I could about business and real estate. And now I feel like I've got a pretty good foundation. I want to hone in on things. So there's some very, very valuable books that I've read that I need to go back and reread over. Instead of just picking up other stuff and forgetting.
Interesting. Yeah, like this year, I told myself, I'm like, look, I'm going to try to buy like maximum 10 new books. And I'm going to reread like, I think I have like 30 or 40 in my library, my audiobooks and all that stuff. Like I'm going to try to reread all the ones that I found value in. And man, it's crazy how much you forget. Like I'm rereading Principles by Ray Dalio and I'm like, bro, this is like a new book to me. I've completely forgot everything.
Yes, dude. I completely agree. I just did that with a book called Organize Tomorrow Today.
Oh yeah, I heard about that one.
Tremendous book. And I read it for the second time and it's like, I forgot all of this. And I think a lot of times we get caught trying to race through what we're reading to tell somebody we read 65 books.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
That doesn't matter. And so I'm going back and focusing on a couple core books that I really liked.
Yeah. What do you have any like role models that like growing up you looked up to, or even right now role models that like kind of help you like keep pushing forward and finding a better?
So a couple, yeah. One is my dad, and the reason my dad was a role model is as I was a kid, never ever missed work. Now,
really?
Would not miss work. The dude wouldn't call in sick, anything. And so I think it instilled a work ethic in me and that I have today. And I think he purposefully did that. I really think he did it to show his kids what a good work ethic does. And he didn't make a lot of money, but every single day, like clockwork, you knew he was going to be there. And I saw him go to work sick. Seriously sick. But and it didn't matter. So that was a pretty impactful thing on me. And then today, actually, somebody impactful to us is our coach, the same coach you have.
Yeah.
Brett Tanner is an impactful person to me. And the reason he's impactful is he's not bragging. He's like this silent assassin in a sense in this world of social media. You look at his social media, he's got like 3 followers.
Yeah.
This dude's a killer. And he's not afraid to, he's real. And I think a lot of people these days aren't real and they're hiding behind something. And so it really is cool to see somebody that's not afraid to tell you, dude, you don't need that shiny house. Dude, you don't need that. Like, stay where you are. Keep doing what you're doing. This is a marathon, not a sprint. And so it's very helpful to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, he's big. I think, I mean, like, I don't know. I think one of the biggest lessons, we talked about that. I should have got a good coach sooner, man. I don't know if you feel the same way.
I got these shitty coaches back in the day. I mean, like, you see all these, like, I don't know, Tom Ferry and this and that. And they were all terrible. And I was anti-coach until I got a legit coach. And now I don't know that I could ever go away from it. Like, he checks me.
Yeah.
And he's not afraid to, and I need it sometimes. And I was about to go buy a ridiculous property one time, and thank goodness I got on the phone with him before I did. And he's like, what are you doing? You're an idiot. Do not buy that. And so it's good to have people like that you can call and really.
It's like, now I'm like obsessed. Like, now I have a health coach. I have like a life thing. I have a business coach. It's just like, if you get really good coaches, bro, it's just, I feel, at least for me, it makes me feel like more fulfilled, because like I feel like I'm moving so much faster. Like, this guy's telling us his like 15 years of business experience, or, I got my health coach that has 10 years of experience of getting ripped, right? And like telling me exactly, yo, don't eat those things because of this. And like, isn't that crazy how?
I think it's so smart. Like, I, for a long time, thought you needed a coach when you were terrible. But no, I think you need a coach no matter what. And I'm actually, and I haven't explained it to my wife correctly, we have a phenomenal relationship. I want a marriage coach. Like, why not make it even better? Yeah. And I think a lot of people go to counseling when there's a problem. And I don't know if it's a counselor. I have no idea. This is just something I've been thinking of lately.
Right.
But why not figure out ways to get even better and enjoy each other's time even more?
Yeah, I love that. There's a book called The 5 Love Languages. Have you read that one?
Yes, I have. I struggle with that book. But on occasion, when I figure, like, because, relationships have ups and downs.
Yeah.
My wife's love language is acts of service. I hate, like, mowing the lawn. I will hire somebody to do that. But he loves that stuff. So on occasion, when we're in a rut, I'll look back and be like, you know what? I haven't done anything for her.
Yeah.
And I'll realize, if I realize that and I start working on it, it's crazy how things get back together and start working again.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's also like some self-awareness shit, man. Like being aware of like, dude, things are going good. Doesn't mean they won't go bad. Why not? Now that they're good, let's really focus on this shit. Like, what's going good? How can we get a little bit better? That's like some awareness shit right there.
Yeah. I mean, it works so good in business. Like you said, I've thought about it in other areas.
I love that, man. I love that. Cool, man. So just we got like 1 or 2 questions before we wrap this thing up. What would you say, and I love asking this question, it gets the wheels turning. I feel like you'd get a kick out of this one. What would you say is the next $100 million play in the real estate game?
I think it's creative finance.
Interesting.
Okay. Well, $100 million play. My gosh.
Like, is it buying like a ton of deals one by one, or it's buying like from a bank, like or is it like just forming a business of a bunch of acquisitions, buying creative deals, or?
That's a hard question.
Yeah.
I personally think that there's an underserved market on the creative finance side. And my eyes have been open to this lately. And there is a tremendous amount of money to be made if you structure a deal right. I mean, insane. And so if you structure a bigger deal right, you're talking millions of dollars. And the purchase price doesn't even matter. And I couldn't go into it here. It'd be too
long.
But I think on the creative finance side, people should focus on that business more and looking at how to, not always focusing on buying a house on terms or buying a commercial building on price. Focus on the terms. Focus on what you can get for an interest rate, length, payment structure, all of that stuff. And you'd be amazed how much money you can make.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I've heard some interesting answers. I like that question, man. It gets the wheels turning.
That's a hard one. That is a good one. That takes more than just on the spot thinking about it. I'm going to get back to you with an answer. But I'm going to think about that one.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, that's why I ask it. Like, I love to hear different ones. I mean, I had Ken Clothier on the podcast, and he's like, 100 million. I'm thinking of 3 billion. I was like, you motherfucker. And his cribs idea is obviously a really, really big idea. So some people have said tech. Some people have said commercial properties. Some people have said, Matt Terrio said commercial. No, he said adult living facility or adult living communities.
Yeah, I think
if you just follow the trend of the people, I think it's Gen X or something, or the baby boomers in the next 15 years are all going to be in retirement facility age group. And we don't have enough physically in America. There's not enough places to hold all these people. So if you get ahead of the curve and start building these, you can capitalize huge.
I would agree completely with that. And the other thing I would agree with that is I'm noticing they're taking student housing and making the kids live in like the size of a hotel room.
Yeah.
Insane rates. I think they're going to do it to the
adults. Yeah. Interesting. And all right, so now let's talk to the newer person, the newbie. He has maybe $1,000 in his credit card or bank account, and he wants to get his first deal in. He's got 30 days to do it. What would you do right now, August 2019? Right, knowing all the methods, all the shit, how would you get a deal with $1,000 and you just want to get a deal real bad? New person.
2 things. One, I'm gonna drive, and I'm just going to look for distressed houses. I'm going to door knock.
Ooh.
On those properties. I'm also going to write the addresses down. Number 2, I'm going to mail those addresses.
Okay.
Wherever their primary residence is. And number 3, you can pull very inexpensively a list of properties with phone numbers, and I would cold call a massive list of properties. You can get them cheap. I would probably get like a non-owner occupied list of rentals and just beat the hell out of it and call it over and over and over and over and over. Relentlessly call it until you have an appointment and then a deal. I would do those 2 things, door knock and call.
Nice.
And it's not magic, man. You literally do a list, get the phone numbers.
Yeah, dude, that's so beast. Dude, now with the tools and technology, even when you started 3 years ago, I started like 4 or 5 years ago, bro, it was like less than half the shit that's available now.
Oh, it's insane how much is available. It's insane. What do you think it would cost you to pull a list of 10,000? I mean, you'd probably pull $500.
Yeah.
And then you got your cell phone already. You just start dialing.
Yeah. I think I did like a test. I'm like, man, I wonder what 1,000 names on ListSource costs. I think it was like $40 or $36 or something.
Super cheap.
And I'm like, dude, all right, you got 1,000 people. If you just call these people with your cell phone, you don't need a dialer, right? I mean, you could, but you don't need one. Well, all you need is one of these people to say yes. You get 1,000 of these, you're going to get a deal.
Yes.
And, obviously you got to skip trace or whatever, but overall, that's the idea. You're going to get a deal. So I don't know. I love that. I love that idea. Anyways, that's some good tip, man. That's a good tip. But Seth, bro, so man, this has been good. I like this. This episode was. What'd you think about this?
It's been a good time. I appreciate you having me on. Dude, I need to go traveling with you one of these days. I always see you traveling out in the world. I need to get out there.
Bro, I'm going to Bali in September. If you want to meet me somewhere out there, I don't know.
I'm gonna be in your neck of the woods.
Oh, that's right. You're gonna be in Miami for.
Excited. I was coming out. I was ready to hang out, and now
God, I'm so mad.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, I'm so mad. I mean, Lewis will be down here, so I'm
gonna hit Lewis up.
But dude, how can people reach out to you, or if someone's in like your market or something, like how can they connect with you or your team?
The best way is via my Instagram. I would say Seth S Choate is what it is. It's my Seth middle initial S Choate, and then if you just go to our website www.thechoategroup.com, all of our contact info is there. Somebody could reach out to us there.
Seth Choate Group. I love it, man. Dude, this has been awesome. Guys, I appreciate you listening. If you guys found this helpful, subscribe. If you're, I don't know, we're watching this on YouTube or listening to the podcast, it'd be nice if you guys leave a little comment. And I'll tell you this, it's not only a comment for like liking this stuff or whatever, but it really gives fuel to our fire. Like when we see that people are enjoying this stuff, it's like, you know, it feels good. You know, it's like, I want to make more of this content for everybody. So anyways, guys, I hope that helps. And you can check out our website, raulbolufe.com, for a bunch of free shit. Other than that, Seth, beast, man. We'll be chatting, and appreciate you, dog.
Thanks, dude. See you later.
Peace.